Do you want me to flick the fan off while I'm here, or?
Yeah.
Well, they're both on, mate, so whenever you're ready.
Right, good to see you, Joe. So I've got Joe Britnell here from Matrix TT, one of my first ever customers and first partnerships that I've worked on. And yeah, for the people that are watching, tell them what you do.
Well, so Matrix TT is a little table tennis organisation I've set up for tournaments, training camps and one-to-one sessions in Kent.
Nice. So how many tournaments in are we now?
I think we're moving on to the 6th one in October, 18th of October.
Nice. So I've been there for 2 now, haven't I?
You have.
I missed the last one, but we've got a big one coming up in October. Excited?
Yeah, nervous. Always nervous. Always, as I said to you before, getting people to commit, getting people in. Matrix TT is only 9 months old or thereabouts, so we're getting the people to believe in you. That's the first thing. And then, you know, once you have that, you have sort of a regular custom base, and they'll just keep coming back. So in that respect, nervous.
Yeah.
In terms of what I do on the day, excited.
So we've got the October date.
Mm-hmm.
Stick with the 18th.
Yes.
Describe how much it's grown, because it's quite incredible, really.
Yeah, so the first one we did in November last year was relatively successful. I can't remember exact numbers, but we had over 50 out of 64, so it was the only one that we've run so far that hasn't had the maximum entry. But it was successful. It gave me an idea that people in Kent are interested in playing table tennis. They want to play tournaments. They don't necessarily want to travel to Nottingham or places that I've travelled to play events. They just want to stay in their home county and have a decent sort of event available to them in the local area.
Yeah.
And from there, we've managed to field a full entry for every tournament. Which has been, you know, it's been good. It's developed. We've obviously done the food as well for the tournaments. It feels like almost like a family day out with a little bit of table tennis on the side. It's like the table tennis is almost like the side piece to what we do, and it just takes the pressure off. I mean, there's a lot of pressure at events. People tend to, you know, they get really stressed. We don't really have that at our events. Everyone's really chilled out. It's a nice social sort of aspect to it. You coming along as well, it's given a better depth, obviously, your knowledge with your nutrition and so on, and what you do here as well. It's really beneficial to get that sort of level of insight from you. You know, people can come in, they can play the event, but they can also take some knowledge back with them as well, whether they have treatment or not.
Yeah.
So it's really developed.
Yeah, I was going to say that's one thing that I noticed was the community feel about it, the feel good factor. Obviously, when you weren't there, a lot of people saying how it differs from other tournaments. You know, the food, the community side of things. It was intense, the tournament itself, but the environment was relaxed. And I think that's what people wanted, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And we're looking at a big one in October.
Yes, yeah, almost double the entry. So we've normally got a 64 entry, 8 tables of 8 players, but this next one is 15 tables, so we've got 120 entry.
We're moving venue.
Moving venue, yes. So we've gone from the Howard School in Gillingham to the Maidstone School of Science and Technology in Maidstone.
Yeah.
So it's very easy access.
So is it a much bigger hall?
Yes. In terms of actual size, probably about 3 times as big.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm going to be tired, aren't I?
I think there's going to be a lot going on.
But what's also nice is, obviously, you know, I don't know whether we can name the players, but the reach that he's got this time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you've got players that, you said people want to play in Kent, but there's people coming from far and wide to challenge the players of Kent, isn't
Yes, and that's what we wanted. So I've said to people previously that from a personal point of view, I'm not sick of it. I enjoy the travelling, but I would prefer to stay in Kent. And Kent, unfortunately, is not surrounded by counties like other counties are.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, we've got sort of London and Sussex and so on, I guess, are good areas for table tennis, but it's still an hour and a half drive to get to these areas, minimum. Whereas if you're in London, if you want to go to a tournament in Birmingham, it's only a 2-hour drive. For us, it's nearly 4. So I'm trying to get people from pretty much sort of Birmingham kind of radius in the UK down to us to play in an event and bring them to us. So maximum cost to people in Kent would be £25 for the entry, and if they're sharing a car, probably £5 per person fuel.
It's nothing, is it?
And that's it.
Yeah. And the prize money this time.
Yeah, so we've got a £1,000 prize pot. Obviously,
Wow.
that is prize pot, so it is split up for the winner and so on. But if you get to the quarterfinal, you're still making your money back and having a free day out.
Yeah. And free
So,
food. Hopefully.
Well, yeah, need to confirm that. But yeah.
No, it's exciting, mate. So, you think when we met, so you was dabbling with the idea.
Mhm.
What changed? What made you think I'm doing this now?
I think it was the need.
Yeah.
Someone needs to do something, and it didn't seem like no one is doing something. There happens to be a few people that are doing something now, which is great, and I accept that challenge. It's brilliant for table tennis that people in the county are also trying to make a difference.
Brilliant.
I'm also trying to bring them in with me, so we liaise and we have things going on that we talk. I mean, so if there's a tournament coming up that they've got an idea for, then we can discuss it and make sure that we don't have any clashes.
Yeah. And then has that worked? Has the communication been pretty good?
Yeah, I'm good friends with the people anyway, so
I think everyone just wants to see success and happiness, I suppose,
yeah, so everyone wants to see table tennis survive. So I had a conversation with one of my sponsors, Brybar Table Tennis, recently, and they've mentioned that a new sport, pickleball, I don't know if you've heard of it.
Yeah, I have, yeah.
Yeah,
My son likes it.
Okay, well, get him into table tennis. It's a much better sport.
Yeah.
They've suggested that for the English nationals for the table tennis, we had around 300 people enter.
Wow.
Which seems like a good number.
Yeah.
But for pickleball, they had 3,500.
Did they really?
Yeah.
It's an American
Genuine
sport, isn't it?
fact. Genuine fact, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's 10 times the amount of people. We need that for table tennis.
What do you think's caused that?
Pickleball is obviously a new sport, it's a new interest, it's possibly less physical.
Yeah.
It seems to be that the older generations that are retired and so on prefer it because of that factor, but also it's an outdoor sport, or can be an outdoor sport. So it has a little bit more sort of variables to it in that respect. You can play it outdoors, you can play it indoors. Less, I wouldn't say it's less physical, but it's less injury prone, at least from what people understand of the sport right now. So it's getting a lot of sort of publicity, which is great for pickleball, but it's not great for table tennis.
Yeah. You spoke about injuries, so I'm going to get excited now, not because I like to see people hurt, but because I like to fix them. So you think, when we first met, you weren't even playing?
Not really, no, yeah.
It was more coaching, which I know obviously you're keen to continue. But what sort of injuries, well, first off, what are the most common injuries you see? And obviously, if you don't mind expanding on what yours were.
Yeah, so common injuries in table tennis is sort of a tennis elbow, anything related to the sort of upper forearm, simply because you're using so much wrist in your shots, and therefore a wrist injury is also common. Lower back as well, because you're constantly crouched over, you're constantly using your sort of lower core as well, which puts tension on the lower back as well. Legs, they take quite a brunt of the physical part of table tennis. You're constantly on your legs, and they're always flexed, they're always being sort of engaged. Ankles as well. You can easily roll an ankle when you're playing table tennis because it's so quick, you need to change direction all the time. So Achilles problems as well can be, sort of a factor. For myself personally, I had an Achilles injury. We've treated this, when I was here last as well, so we've done a little session on that. Knees, because like I say, you're loading up your quads all the time, so your knees can take a beating, and that's one of the reasons why I'm here today, actually.
Yeah.
Lower back, that's more due to what I'm doing at work, sitting quite a lot in a chair. But again, it's accelerated with the table tennis, and my shoulder as well. Shoulder's the big one that I first come to you with. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that vividly. And there's quite a good video out there which I'll probably attach to this one. And you were struggling, weren't you, to get your arm well, probably to about 2 o'clock. It was probably
Yeah,
still
I mean,
about
it got to about there, and I couldn't go any further.
Yeah.
I've got the full range of motion, I've got the tightness back, but I've got the full range of motion still there.
So that's remained from the very first treatment.
From the very first treatment, that's never gone. It's just general tightness and so on, and that's possibly a little bit my fault because I don't tend to warm up so efficiently and stretch as well, warm down and so on. So that's my own problem. Something I need to incorporate in my regime for sure. But this treatment is definitely helping.
Yeah.
So I've got my range of motion back, and the more sessions we have, it seems like I don't see you as much, which is not fun, to be honest with you. As a friend of mine, I'd love to see you more, but obviously we talk all the time. But it would be nice to see you more. But it seems that the sessions are becoming longer. So I'm first time it was maybe 2 months, 3 months, whatever it was, and then it's been 4 months now, I would say, maybe.
And that was all knee, wasn't it?
And that was all knee, to be fair. Yeah. So I haven't seen you for the shoulder. We did
a little one, didn't we?
A little one at the tournament, yes. So I have had a minor treatment. That was the 5th of July. Or was it May the 10th? May the 10th.
I think it was May the 10th.
May the 10th. So what we know, we're September.
So essentially the shoulder, so it lasted probably about, the full range of motion stayed there for about 10 to 12 months, I think it must have been.
Roughly, yeah.
With one little top up in the middle.
Yeah.
Which was 15 minutes? 20 minutes?
If that, because I was obviously doing the tournament organising on the day, so it wasn't a lot.
Shout out to Tommy for recording that for us.
He did.
Good camera work, wasn't it?
Good from you, Tommy. Yeah.
It was good. And and that was it. And that was more of a general loosener.
Yeah.
So again, what we do today is almost like a full service in MOT.
Mm-hmm.
We get the shoulder moving back the way it should. What about the knee?
Knee's been a bit of an issue. Both of them, unfortunately, but I think it's more the quad tightness.
Yeah.
Seems to be because I'm sitting on my backside at work. I think also I don't know what they're called, but the rear sort of quad muscles, if you like, hamstrings. Hamstrings. Yeah, they're weak. Mm-hmm. So that's more sort of a weakness rather than a tightness.
Yeah. Do you think that's because you overload the quad so much whilst playing?
Yeah, I'm really physical with my movement. I mean, you haven't necessarily seen me play as such, but you've probably seen videos and so on.
Yeah, of course I have. On a YouTube channel.
Yeah. Get the subscription going. So I'm really physical. I move quite a lot, probably too much.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm working on now, is to simplify my game, to not have to move so much. So I won't have to sort of work too much on injury prevention. I'll be doing that as I'm playing.
So when did we treat the knee?
Knee would have been... Good question. It was last time I was here, but I can't remember exactly.
It might have been February.
Was it February?
Yeah.
It's a while back.
Yeah. So it's, again, sort of 6+ months.
Yes.
On the one treatment. Obviously you had more success in your most recent tournament as well, didn't you?
Yeah.
Narrowly missed out.
Made it to the final. Yeah, lost to a really good player. Shame, but it shows you that everything I'm doing outside of sort of table tennis as well is helping towards the table tennis, and also these sessions, and the general training as well. I feel like I'm more motivated.
Yeah.
And I have made changes to my game. It's not just that it's what am I saying? It's not just a sort of one trick pony anymore. I've given myself more depth. I always had good variation, but there's more to it now.
In terms of sort of more focus on recovery and preparation between tournaments.
Yeah, and we've spoken about this as well with yourself with the nutrition as well. So I don't necessarily do any dieting or anything. I mean, look at me. But I tend to make more of a conscious effort 3 to 4 days before an event to eat quite cleanly now.
Yeah, so it's sort of fueling it.
So it's fueling it.
Yeah. I think especially when you, without going too off topic, I think if you can stick to one ingredient foods, you always have that sort of more natural energy.
Yeah.
And then when you do try to utilise things like we was talking about earlier with like the energy drinks or even like simple sugars, they seem to have more of an impact.
Yes.
And make you feel less crap in the long run. And I think that's probably quite a wise move, because then when you do eat on the day, it's more efficient energy.
Yes.
Whereas if you
Yeah.
was to eat like that all the time, you'd just feel sluggish, especially if you ate like that up until the day of the tournament.
Yeah.
So yeah, with the knee right now, is the full range still there?
Full range is still there. I mean, I've just come off the back of a tournament yesterday, so tightness is obviously at its worst, to be honest. So I can feel it in both sides of that quad there, down the middle as well. It's quite tight, even as I sit here. Same with the other side. But it's more affecting the patella, as we said before. So it's putting a lot of pressure on the patella, which in turn is creating more issues sort of down the leg a little bit and onto the shin. On both sides. So it's kind of pretty equal in that respect. So it shows to me, at least, that I'm not putting too much pressure on the left leg or the right leg. It's pretty even, which is not a bad thing. It means I've got to go through the pain on both legs though.
Yeah. But you think not before, it was all one side, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
And
So I had the fall on the left leg.
Yeah.
So that was Christmas 2023, so nearly 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And I'm still struggling with it now.
Yeah. It's almost a good sign though that it's more balanced, because it means that you're not overcompensating like you used to, whereas before that leg was pretty null and void, wasn't it? And you were sort of almost playing one-legged and one-handed.
Yeah.
So yeah, what we'll do today, we'll do the shoulder, we'll do both legs. Is the pinching more in the front of the shoulder or the back of the shoulder, or a bit of both?
So that's the thing. So I don't notice it when I'm playing a backhand shot. So that, well, you'll have to help me with this, but the muscle there.
Side delt, yeah.
Yeah. So that it's tight now, but it doesn't offer any resistance when I'm playing that shot. It's only when I coil back to play my forehand and I'm feeling it down here a little bit as well. Yeah. I've got the general tightness in the trap and sort of around the area, around the back, sort of around the shoulder blade.
Yeah.
It is really tight there and on the front as well.
Yeah.
But it's not as sort of much of an issue.
Yeah.
I guess it probably needs a little rollover with the equipment and so on, but not necessarily as much of an issue.
Yeah.
And with the leg, obviously, like I say, it's just the quad tightness.
Yeah. Yeah. So essentially, when it's the back of the shoulder, obviously you've got a general tightness from it being a one-handed sport in the first place, which obviously you'd expect, especially with the trap and things like that. But obviously the pain on the back, that's from the rotator cuff. So what we'll do is we'll treat the traps sort of up towards the neck as well. So we sort of cover that sort of area. We'll do that on both sides. Just because sometimes you get sort of the tightness on one side more than the other. You treat one and the other side feels, so you always want to even it up at all times. Plus, when you are still going one-handed, cut that out. When you are still going one-handed, you're still utilising the other side to generate the power. So we need to treat both sides of that. We need to come round, down sort of the traps, lower down the trap, so you can't just do the top, you need to sort of come down as far as they'll go. Then we'll go towards sort of more the shoulder blade area, sort of around by the scapula. We'll get the rotator cuff done. Not a very nice place, is it?
That's not fun.
Arm above the head, down here. That's sort of the key area really. And we'll just come down the outside of the arm just because it's generally tight. It's good that you're not getting it in the bicep tendon, because a lot of the time it's both. A lot of the time it's where the bicep joins the shoulder. That's quite a nasty injury. That's usually, I find that's more painful than the rotator cuff. The rotator cuff always just feels uncomfortable, whereas this one could be real pinchy and quite nasty. I'll have a look at it when we're doing it, because it might be that we just do it anyway. Again, sort of do it evenly. And then in terms of the knees, for me, hamstrings are always worth doing. The quads are going to be essential, and the IT bands. Again, not the nicest, but with this, because you're not putting too much downward pressure on the IT band, you can actually get the relief that you can't get from a lot of things. You can't really get it from stretching or a roller and things like that. So we'll do that, and then we'll test it out. We'll have a look at the shin, especially if you are feeling the shin. Does it feel a bit like shin splints or?
Yeah, and if I have a morning training session, it will feel sort of like a burning sensation in the mornings. And also, to be fair, I mean, my TT shoes are quite tight anyway, but sort of, what do they call it? Plantar fasciitis, is that the word?
Yep.
Yeah. I feel that sort of in the arch of my feet sometimes, which I'm assuming is linked to the shins as well, to be fair.
Yeah, so plantar fasciitis is a weird one. Sometimes it is just the sole of the foot, but where we sort of treated the calf before, obviously the shin, getting the Achilles nice and loose, a lot of the time that will relieve it. So what we'll do is we'll just test it at the end, see if any of that pain resides in the bottom of the foot. There is a way of doing the underside of the foot. Tickles and it hurts at the same time, but it is quite effective if we need it. But again, we'll check both as we go along. So when you're ready, let's get the tools out.
Yeah, let's go. So if I pause this for now. So that's still recording, but not recording, if that makes sense.
So just to be safe, always got to strap up.
Well, that one's still recording,
Keep your back. I always do this because you're sort of bent over in an unnatural position.
Yeah. I'm sweating already.
It's the fear.
So whereabouts are you going to be?
I reckon if we move this back a little, and if we can sort of almost get the whole bed to an extent, obviously your head's going to be here.
Yeah, so if I zoom out,
Yep.
put that down there. Right, so that's still recording. I'll take these off anyway. And necklace as well, I take it while I'm there.
Yeah, probably best, yeah.
Try and stack it. Do you want me to take the shoes as well, mate?
I'll probably take them off just so you're more comfortable than anything else. Yeah, do that.
So that's that all done.
And we'll do it in two segments.
I was going to say, yeah, don't strip me completely off, eh?
No, we'll do it in two segments. Just to be honest, it's uncomfortable when you sort of just fucking laying there. Like, it's just whatever's you just want to sort of relax, get one bit done at a time.
Which way am I going to be facing?
So, which shoulder is it again?
Right shoulder. So
Right shoulder. Probably facing this way. Yeah, facing this way because you'll be laying on this side.
So in that case, if I go here,
Yep.
you should see both sorts of sides. I mean, that's recording now, and so is that. So
That's
if you're
perfect,
happy
yeah.
with that, yeah.
Shall we move the bannering shot?
What, this one or your one?
Your one. So maybe bring it here. Yeah, because then that's how. Yeah, bring that to sort of there. Yeah, that's what I think.
That's
what
right.
I think.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Happy with that?
Yeah, I think so. I think what I might do is I might get you sat in front of me at the start, just to get the trap, get the traps on.
Mm-hmm.
Put that there, and then
So in that case, go on, I'll sit down so you can get your angle.
if you move forward a little bit,
What, the whole chair, yeah?
yeah. I think I'm just trying to work out how I can get the trap in. Yeah. So that's,
Yeah.
is that still recording? Did you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, just want to get the sign in.
Don't forget you've got the one behind as well, to be fair.
Yeah, it's just. Right, so let's do that. Right, you ready?
Yep.
It's been a little while. Although, I do think it gets easier each time you've had it done.
I think it's the expectation. The first time I was really scared, which is why, if you remember, the first session I emailed you or messaged you and then said, I'm going to have to cancel because I was, bricking it, for want of a better expression.
Yeah.
And then, if you remember, the session that I actually came to, I said, right, I'm going to pay it.
I know you did.
Yeah, so I actually do come.
You paid in advance just so you couldn't miss it. But, again, it's not what you think it's going to be, is it?
It's not, no. So I would describe it, I mean, you've got the uncomfortable areas.
This is
so-
the worst shoulder, yeah?
Yeah.
They both feel quite tight, but then if you, yeah. Say that again, sorry.
What was I saying? So
So it's not what you expect it to be.
it's not what I expected it to be. So I expected it to be really nasty, you know. And in some areas it is, you know, it's not great. But I mean that now. I mean once you get started,
Yeah,
you
this
sort
is
of
always
get
the
used
worst side as well.
to it. But it's. I mean right now that's a nasty experience. But sort of 2 minutes in, you get used to it, and it feels like a sort of slight burning sensation.
Yeah.
It's not unpleasant. It's not nice. It's not unpleasant. It's just it's all right. It's bearable.
Yeah. I think a tattoo's worse. That's coming from me.
Yeah, I was gonna say you've got a few.
I've got a few. Yeah, I've got a few. Do you know what? I had it recently where I had somebody turn up for a treatment, and I completely forgot that I booked him in. I was able to do it, like I hadn't double booked or anything like that. But a bit like today, when I sort of come to the door, shirt off, covered in tattoos, but I'd never met this guy before, bless him. But actually, it was probably one of the best treatments I've ever done, because it was sort of like I didn't have too much time to think about it. Honestly, it was, that was a really good one. Lower back pain, sort of almost sort of everyone, and naturally so, because the symptoms are quite similar, get confused between what's sort of psoas, the tight psoas versus sort of things like sciatica and stuff like that. And so that sort of really helps with lower back pain. Plus the treatment's very similar, so it doesn't really matter, but you can just tell by certain actions and sort of, you know, testing the body part out, etc. What it is. It's got nice and red already. I'm sure the camera can see that.
This is supposed to be the good side.
This is the side that hurts most, I think. I think the left side always hurts more.
Is there any reason for that, or?
Do you know what I think it is? I think, especially with sort of one-handed sports, but most people are right side dominant, and whether that's your core or most people are right-handed. So on the right-hand side, a lot of your core strength comes from sort of diaphragm and places like that. It's bigger on the right than it is the left, because the left accommodates the heart and things like that.
Okay.
So most people are stronger on that side anyway. But then if you add to that that you're right-handed, you play a one-handed sport, the fascia and the connective tissue is probably more sticky on the right-hand side. So although it's probably the most affected, it's almost the most protected, if that makes sense. The body sort of try to preserve that area. So.
And that doesn't matter if you're left or right-handed?
It depends where on the body. I would say for like anything back-related, and especially on the traps, you tend to see it quite a lot, where it's all sort of connected down the back. I tend to find that's always the case. I probably will tomorrow now, but I've yet to find somebody that sort of finds this side easier to do than the other side. It's really bizarre. But if there's anyone watching that I've seen that thought the right side was worse on the neck and the trap, let me know. Put it in the comments and tell me that I'm wrong. So you're good at taking it on the neck. Most people can't stand it on the neck.
Yeah, I can't lie, it's not pleasant, that one, but just grit my teeth, get through it.
I think also when you know what's coming at the end of it, it makes it more tolerable, don't it? I think when you sort of like, you think, you're sitting there thinking, is this going to work?
Well, that's
or am I going through this for nothing?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. That was the sort of worry in the beginning as well. Is if it got worse after this, that was the worry. And I'm assuming you'll attach that video of my reaction from the first session we had.
Yeah.
And you'll see that from the laughter and sort of smile on my face from the first session that this is not an ordinary treatment. This is something different. This is not necessarily a massage, Thai massage, sport massage. You know, it's nothing like that. This is something completely different. It's a completely different entity.
Yeah. So what other treatments you had?
So I've had for the shoulder, I've had acupuncture, general physio, countless physio, whether it be on NHS or private. I have seen a few sports masseuses. That does, it works to a point. Did you want to show this redness before it sort of goes? Or?
Yeah, you can really see it on there. I think the sun makes it look even redder.
I'm not crying yet, so we're all good.
other treatments that you've had?
Yeah, so the sports massage would work to a point, but it wouldn't fix it. It would give me part-time relief.
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't give me my range of movement back, but it would give me enough sort of relief from it to participate in a tournament.
Yeah.
And then by the Monday morning when I wake up, I'd be back to normal.
Yeah.
So if I was a full-time sportsman, which this isn't far off to be fair,
Yeah.
but in terms of as a full-time career, obviously I don't earn money from it, so it can't be. I'd probably have a massage twice a week or something.
Really?
Yeah, but or even more. I mean, probably the top flight table tennis players are probably having a massage after every session or every day. But they are training 6 hours a day.
So we've averaged, with first treatments in a year, we've averaged one every 4 months.
Yes, yeah.
And that's £80 a session.
Yep.
So you work that out, what's that? Per month?
20 quid a month.
So
240 quid, isn't it, divided by 12, so
yeah.
20 quid a month. And you'll pay that for a Netflix subscription.
Yeah. And how much was, this ain't me cussing out the massage therapist because I like a massage, but how much was you paying on them? If you was paying, going twice a week?
Twice a week, I mean, you'd be paying in excess of £100.
A week?
A week, yeah. If you were going twice a week, yeah.
Yeah.
For a full body. We're not just,
Yeah.
we're not going to go for one area, but we're not doing one area today either. So,
No.
Full body massage. I think the last one I had was, £60, £70, something like that.
Yeah.
So, saying £100 a week would be conservative.
I must admit, they earn their money. It must be bloody hard graft, using your hands all day, every day. We was having this chat earlier on me. I couldn't imagine. I'm lucky that I have the tools because I don't think my hands will cope. I think I get tired thumbs just from using social media. Responding to messages. So if you ever get a voice note, that's when you know my thumbs are tired. We do like a voice note.
You and I do like a voice note. We had a 12-minute one the other day.
Yeah. Sometimes in the bath. Oh dear.
So you are right. So this is far more tolerable on the right side.
It's bizarre, isn't it?
I mean, because it was quite nasty. I mean, I grit my teeth and get through it, but this one I'm able to talk to you as normal.
Yeah.
It's not unpleasant. It's not pleasant. It's just fine.
Yeah. That's it. It's very much results based, results driven.
Yeah.
It's not something that you would do to just have, sort of like you wouldn't want to have a spa day when you're just trying to relax and,
Yeah, of course.
and things like that. But when it comes to injury management or chronic tightness, impingement, things like that, the amount you can get done in one session is, it still blows my mind now, and I do it every single day.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I couldn't imagine doing anything else now.
No, you found your niche and stick with it, obviously, yeah.
Yeah, like I say, there's still no one else in Kent that does it yet.
Yeah, good.
Well,
I mean, obviously you had a friend of mine, Dan, come down with his partner and so on recently.
and his dad, yeah.
And his dad, yeah. I mean, they're I think North London based.
Yeah.
So you're having people travelling quite far.
And sorry to Harry, Harry got beaten by Dan in the final, didn't he?
He did, yeah. So it shows your therapy works.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to say, and that's what I'm sticking to. I claim.
We won't say that it's because Harry's a delicate flower then, no?
No, I wouldn't say anything like that.
I would.
But if Harry had the treatment, you never know.
Yeah.
No, both great players, good lads as well.
Yeah.
Harry won the first tournament I came to, didn't he?
He did, yeah. Yeah. He played exceptionally well, to be fair.
Yeah, he is a good player. Some players are just really enjoyable to watch, like so skilled, and I can't believe the pace of some of the games. It's unbelievable.
I mean, Harry's game is a strange one. So he's never really had any sort of coaching as such. He's pretty much self-taught.
Yeah.
We'll go through sessions and we'll do coaching between us.
Yeah.
And he understands what's going on. But technical wise, he's not very technical.
Right. And quite unorthodox.
Yeah. Okay, so that's quite nasty.
We get a bit more baby oil.
Yeah, he's very unorthodox. He doesn't have a sort of textbook technique, but it works for him. And this is what I'm saying with sport, table tennis in general. It doesn't necessarily have to be one size fits all.
Yeah.
Which makes your life a little bit difficult, I guess. Because if I come here and show you that this is how we play shots, and you think, right, well that must all be the one that needs treating, it might not be the same for the next person that comes through the door.
No. It reminds me sort of, I remember when I was playing rugby, and it was good because you had sort of people of all shapes and sizes that perform different roles.
Yeah.
And table tennis is quite diverse like that. When I'm watching the different players, you've got your really strong, sort of explosive players who are pretty muscular, some of them, aren't they? Then you've got your silky skillful players, you've got your more aggressive players, you've got some that are just so calm that they almost dictate the tempo of the game. Like, it's just interesting, especially with some of the older players, like how skillful they are.
Yeah.
And it's almost like reflexes, isn't it? They're just off the charts.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, you mentioned the sort of older generations and so on. Table tennis evolves. It hasn't just been the same from day one.
Mm-hmm.
It's evolved. Technology in the rubbers has evolved. Everything's changed. The way you play table tennis has changed, and it's good to see that the older generations are able to still keep up with younger people.
Yeah.
And that's where table tennis is such a great leveler. I mean, I remember a friend of mine, Alan, he's told me a story when he first played his first league match in the Red Hill and Reigate League.
Mm-hmm.
And he turned up, he had a couple of 80-year-olds and a late 70-year-old, and he got completely smashed by them. He thought he was going to have the whale of a time and win his first 3 matches.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't work out for him.
Really?
So it just shows. I mean, he was, I guess 20, 25, 28 at the time.
Yeah.
But like I say, table tennis just levels the playing field.
Yeah.
It doesn't discriminate.
Well, that's what I like about your tournaments, because I've known of other tournaments before where they want the ladies separate,
Yeah.
they want the older senior players separate. Whereas you sort of just basically say everyone against everyone.
Everyone against everyone.
And it's better. It's got to be better for. It's got to be more inclusive, isn't it? It's got to be more. If you're a top lady, for example, and sort of say there's not as many ladies in your local area, well, you're just not going to play.
Well, that's the thing. So I mean, I had this conversation with a lady yesterday at the tournament, and she said that she prefers to play ladies. She's one of the very few that I've heard say that.
Mm-hmm.
That said, I do want to, have a separate ladies event. That's sort of good for the sport and so on. But the problem is you can only do that if there's enough interest from the ladies.
Yeah.
So yesterday we should have had a separate ladies event. The reason it didn't is because she was the only one that entered.
Really? In the whole tournament?
In the whole tournament, yeah.
Was she able? Did they allow her to join?
They allowed her to join, but they just put her with the men in the end.
Right.
So she wasn't necessarily happy with that, but I said to her that it has to be
Should be a
that way.
choice, shouldn't it?
Yeah, and the other thing, obviously, that I would like to honour is equal prize money.
Yeah.
But the problem is, if you have, let's say, for example, 100 men entering, paying £25 each, £2,500, and then you've only got 20 women entering for £25 each, how could you do equal prize money? It would be very awkward, yeah.
Well, hopefully, as yours sort of expands, it will allow you to sort of do that as the appeal's there. But it's got to be there, isn't it?
Yeah. Or even do a separate day ladies event.
That's not a bad show. Especially as it grows, I think that'd be a good idea.
Yeah. I mean, you do veterans events for people over 40, so why not just do a ladies event?
I still think it's a good idea, military ones, with how sort of popular it is in sort of the armed forces and stuff. Obviously, it'd be cool if they just came to every other tournament, like as everyone else does, but there's some really good players out there that are sort of unknown. I just spoke about it with my friend, didn't I?
Yeah, you did, yeah.
And yeah, he's a good player. I'm going to try and get him along to the next one actually.
That'd be good.
To me, yeah,
Yeah.
I'll message him.
Where's he based? Is he local or?
So he's originally from Newcastle,
Okay.
ex-Queen's Guard as well. And yeah, but he lives with his partner, Maidstone.
Oh, it's perfect. It's on his doorstep.
Yeah, that's it. So I'm going to float it out to him. He does. I think he goes back 1 week in 4
What's
to
he
Newcastle.
Yeah.
So but I'm sure he'd be interested.
Mm.
Right, so I reckon, mate, if you jump on the couch
Yep.
and let's get you.
Do you want me to move that? Move
Yeah,
around?
yeah, move that.
So where am I looking?
So you're going to be head there.
Yep.
You're
Facing.
going to be facing this way, aren't you?
Okay, so if I go in there somewhere.
Yep.
That's got the whole table.
It's going to be a big editing job this video, isn't it?
Oh, I'm not going to edit mine, to be fair.
Man, I'm just going to let it run.
Yeah. Careful what you say then. No, simply because you know, people might just want to see sort of
How it works.
the whole process. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, obviously for you it would be, you know, better to edit, but for myself, I'll try and sort of timestamp it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to think. Yeah, yeah. I don't know how to do that, mind you, but I'll work it out.
Yeah, I always see people in the comments do it, but that's something I need to learn. That's what I'm trying to do. And I'm going to put this on YouTube as well. Can you do a joint video? I know you can tag people, right now.
Yeah, tag. I don't know about joint though.
Yeah. Or worst way, I'll give you my login details and just upload it.
Mm.
Any pain in there?
I wouldn't say it's painful, but it is tight. Yeah.
It feels quite tight.
See where your thumb was just then,
Yeah.
around the back. No, the other sort of place. Yeah, there. That's where I'm losing all my power on my forehand. So I noticed yesterday I had no power on the forehand.
Right, okay.
So, you know, where I've got the sort of backswing there,
Yep.
and I'm losing all the power because I'm loading it up, but I've got nothing to sort of, you know, no range of motion. Well, not range of motion. I've got the range of motion, but no power in the muscle because it's tight to accelerate through.
You've been doing the outward rotations?
Probably shouldn't I?
Yeah. Yes.
I have got the TheraBand, so no.
Yeah, I think outward rotations and face pulls.
Okay.
If there was two sort of movements I would absolutely swear by, it'd be those.
Okay.
Luckily you're onto the slightly easier parts now.
He says.
He says, I'm not the one there to get it done. Easy for me to say.
Yeah, well, obviously we spoke about social media and stuff, so while we're on the subject, do you want to mention your socials?
Yeah, so you can find me on Facebook at Canterbury Kinetic Therapy. My YouTube name's actually the same, and if you wanted to add me on my profile to see more sort of personalised stuff, it's Canterbury Kinetic Therapy. That's my profile on Facebook, and then my Instagram is just Canterbury Kinetic Therapy. So if you type in Canterbury Kinetic Therapy to any platform, TikTok as well, you will find me. And yeah, I'm more than happy for anyone to add me. You know, you can follow my page for sort of more sort of informative stuff, but if you want to see more personalised things, and I'm doing a few I did a prize draw the other day. It's worth adding me because you might see sort of a little bit more about day-to-day stuff. So we'll look at that. What's that, mate?
Yeah, so when you go down the sort of...
Down here?
Yeah, that's not fun.
No.
But that's, again, I guess one of those areas that I'm struggling with.
Yeah. It's a strange one, isn't it? It sort of runs all the way down the outside of the arm.
But I'm also feeling that in the forearm as well.
Yeah, you will, yeah. Obviously we spoke about the forearm, didn't we?
Yeah. But again, when I'm playing those backhands, I mean, my backhand is obviously my strongest shot.
Yeah.
So it does get tense.
Yeah.
It's not an area that necessarily is much of a problem, but you know, it's probably one of those areas I should look at a little bit.
Yeah. works, and it's bloody keyboard and social media and my phone. The thumbs.
I'll be honest, it's probably not me playing backhands, it's probably me texting.
Yeah. But the communication must be massive. But you've got a website up now as well, and
Yes,
so that sort of
yeah.
simplifies things.
Yeah, lots to be done on the website. Obviously, we've got the ability to enter tournaments, pay for the tournaments. There's some training regimes and little drills and so on there. A bit about Matrix TT, what it's all about, where we're looking to go, where we're heading. It's helping. It's getting a lot of views.
Yeah.
And then obviously, like we spoke about with you as well, we've got the social medias as well myself. So I mean, this is going to be posted on YouTube anyway, but we've got the Facebook page. I started up another little Facebook page. So like yourself, you've got your main Facebook, but you started up is it a group or a page? Because I did the same thing.
I did a profile and a page.
Okay.
I've not done a group.
So I've got a group.
You've got a group, haven't you?
Yeah, I've got a group which has got 400 following now.
Brilliant.
Which is not bad. But the page, because the page is easier to go live on Facebook on.
Yes.
So I want to try and get that going, really.
That's what I found. So I dabbled with the live to do the little prize draw. And I did find that sort of broadcasting it from the page and then sharing it after was the easier way of doing it.
Yeah.
You've done a few lives now, haven't you?
Yeah, I'm trying to do them more on YouTube, to be fair.
Yeah.
Because that's where I'm sort of growing my initial, not fan base as such, but you get the idea. Following.
Yeah.
And that's where all the tournament videos will go. So this October the 18th event, that's nasty. That will go on there. So that's kind of where I'm putting everything at the minute.
Yeah.
Hence, where this video itself will go as well.
Yeah. No, it's gone well on YouTube. The numbers have gone up pretty quick as well, haven't they? Especially the views. The views have been high. How many views is it in total now, roughly?
About 2.5 million.
It's crazy.
So I've only started. I started the channel 10 years ago.
Yeah.
But I've only started really going for it in the last 10 weeks.
Yeah.
So 2.5 million views in 10 weeks.
Views in 10 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, I need to get my ass on YouTube now, probably. Got a few little videos on there. They're quite cool. More shorts than anything else.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm definitely gonna piece this together, put it on there as well. Shout out to Joe Baldwin at Vizzle Prints. Done my big sign. I've got t-shirts on the way. He's kindly offered to edit my first couple of videos.
Nice.
And put them in like a digestible format. But yeah, he's a genius. He is a genius. Some people just understand technology, don't they?
Yeah.
They're pretty handy.
I'm alright with it. I know what I know, but that's it.
Yeah.
That's the trouble.
You're quite good at self-teaching. You learn quite well to do something if you want to do it, whereas I struggle. Some tightness there.
Oh, I hate this bit.
Yeah. Yeah, it starts to tickle. If it tickles or hurts, depending on what part you're on.
Yeah, that's the ticklish bit.
Sort of round to the front, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Doing well there, mate.
Oh, Jesus.
So, I didn't do that on purpose, I promise.
Jesus Christ, that one got me to be fair. That brought a tear to my eye.
you go
Face down.
face down.
Yep.
So have a look at this. So feels soft already. See. It's nice there by comparison, isn't it?
I mean, this just feels sort of like there's no muscle there at all, to be fair.
I think that's one of my favourite places around the shoulder, around the scapula.
Mm.
But it's good because with this, the connective tissue covers everything. So it covers the muscle, covers all the bones, covers all the tendons, ligaments and stuff like that. As long as I'm not bouncing off bones, it's good. Do you know what I mean? If I'm sort of bouncing off something, I won't do that. But I can still get the connective tissue in between each muscle. So where you can really do that with another type of sort of massage, I can sort of graze over it and sort of get a better surface area, which all sort of feeds into the movement. You know, it's not just the muscles, tendons and ligaments, everything else, and especially the connective tissue, the fascia, just plays such a huge part, which is why myofascial release has become so popular. There's different techniques of doing it, but this is almost completely based on that principle, which is why I think it's so effective. It allows you to sort of get in those hard to reach places, which still feed into the areas that need treating, that need more mobility and stuff. So it's just an advantage that you don't really get with too many other treatments. The other crazy thing is, like, I could treat the good side and the bad side still improve, which is what I like about it, because it's just like, it reminded me of my mycelium network in the sense that it sort of all works together, sort of send signals where they need to be. And yeah, it's certainly grown popularity.
So how did this all come about? Do you know much about the sort of origin?
So, gua sha. So I thought it was about 2,000-3,000 years old, but apparently there's evidence as far back as 5,000 years.
Okay.
Of what you know, sort of scraping the muscle in order to sort of, you know, provide more less pain, more mobility and things like that. So again, it's very much Asian, Eastern based, like a lot of things that are coming back into popularity, because it's just direct, it treats the cause, you know, rather than just the symptom.
Just to stop you there, right at the top of where you are now,
Yep.
is
Yeah.
one of the places that I've got the sort of tightness on the forehand.
Is it there?
There, where your fingers are now, yeah.
Yeah. Look
Is
right
that-
there.
Yeah.
Look right there.
I could feel that yesterday.
Yeah, a little bit knotty. And yeah, sort of, I think people were reverting back to more traditional medicine anyway. You know, I think people were a little bit sick of painkillers and things that just numb the problem rather than treat the problem.
Well, that's the thing. So I mean, a lot of people, you know, during a tournament or whatever, they'll chuck some ibuprofen, some paracetamol at you, but you're masking the problem.
Yeah.
And it's only when you get home or the next day you feel horrendous because you've made the problem worse.
You've essentially played on an injury, haven't you?
Yeah.
Well, I've had players obviously get a treatment mid-tournament and they're still able to, you know, not just continue but do well.
Yeah.
Which I think was a bit of a surprise to a few people. I think they thought it would wipe you out. If anything, it sort of probably made their tournament a little bit easier. Which is crazy. You think you could do something that looks as scary as this, but in, you know, sort of increase your performance then and there.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think it's for everyone doing it mid-tournament, because some people sort of, you know, if they suffer with fatigue or any sort of connective tissue disorder and things like that, they'll probably get quite tired. But your sort of everyday player could. I just always say, just make sure you eat plenty after this, drink plenty, and get electrolytes on board. But then your tournament provides all of that in one go, don't it?
Normally, yeah, but unfortunately at the minute we're not able to do food that's played zone 1. So
Can food be purchased there?
no, that's the problem. So I've told them that people will still eat, whether they bring it or whether we provide it, but they won't allow us to provide it at the minute. So I'm in discussions, but
Are they allowed to bring their own packed lunches and things like that?
well, that's exactly what I've been saying to them, that people will do. So
Yeah.
there won't
Maybe
be.
they just need to build that trust with you.
I think that's what it is.
You know, once they see how well it's run, I'm assuming they'll probably send a representative from the venue. When they see it, I think it's hard not to be taken in by how good it is and how inviting it is. Right, what you said. Right. Big thick red line there. It's breaking up. I'm getting sweat on now, mate. Just a cursory glance over this, mate. Says me. Easy for me to say. A bit more than that, mate.
How's it looking? Do you want to show the camera a little bit, or is it red?
Yeah, let's have a little look.
I mean, because apart from going down the ribs that we said about the sort of tickly bits, this has been more than manageable.
Do you think it's got easier the more times you've had it done? Or do you think
Possibly. I
it's
think also the sort of the stigma of it all.
Yeah.
Initially, I spoke to you about obviously paying for the session before, having the session, just because I didn't know what to expect and wanted to have it done.
Yeah.
But I mean, depending on the area, I mean, there's certain areas, like I say, the ribs, some of the legs, the IT band is a little bit uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But it's not as bad as you would think it is.
No.
I mean, I'm assuming you're on the big bar, are you?
No,
You're not?
no. Probably use it more. I might, if I can't get what I want, I might go for the big one. But this one, yeah, it's one of the smaller bars. But it's got a little curve to it. So it just allows me to get a little bit deeper in and a bit more precise in certain areas. Because there were quite sort of precise areas where were hurting, I just thought I'd go for this one.
And that there's a little bit nasty, to be fair.
Very similar on both sides, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I'd rather get both sides done. What I might get you to do in a minute is just test it. So,
Whenever you're ready then.
yeah, if you,
Yep.
when you're ready, if you sit up and go towards the sign.
Go on, Bennett.
Right, give it a little test.
That's not part of the treatment, give him that click. Yeah, so I mean, bring the shoulders back. I couldn't really turn my neck yesterday. I had sort of tightness, or this morning, sorry, down here and in the trap muscle.
Yep.
I've not got as much of that now. General mobility is as it was after the first treatment.
Yeah.
So that's good. Obviously, I've got a little bit of tightness is sort of, you're breaking down the scar tissue, so you've
Yeah.
got the tightness of general massage, which will sort of go in a couple of days. I
Yeah.
noticed, obviously, it's not an aggressive treatment, but it feels like it is an aggressive
Yeah.
treatment. So, hence, with what you were saying, eat loads, drink loads, don't hold back. Because I think I did probably do that last time,
Yeah.
and I struggled for maybe 3 days
Yeah.
with sort of
Under eating.
tightness and so on going forward. But that was it, and then I was back to normal and back to actually feeling like I could play table tennis,
Yeah.
rather than sort of feeling like I was limited and having to change my game mid-tournament
Yeah.
to be able to get through a match.
Because that backhand was frustrating you. weren't
Yeah. The backhand's not a problem now. It's actually the forehand, but that feels looser.
Yeah.
Just that range of motion there, actually, because so I spoke about range of motion and feeling like it was fine, but that actually feels like I can go back further. So yesterday I was limited to here,
Yeah.
and the arm would have to compensate for the rest. Hence, I'd lose all my power because the power would be coming from the arm, which is not what you want. You want the power coming from the legs, and from the rotation, and I've got that full rotation back.
Yeah, brilliant.
Just from that couple of minutes.
Yeah.
So that full rotation there. All the way through as well, Christ, yeah.
Yeah.
Very good, yeah.
You surprised yourself, didn't you?
Take a quick swig.
Yeah, have a swig to drink, mate.
But no, yes, just literally from that minute or two.
Yeah.
On that one specific area, yeah.
Should we move on to the legs?
Thank you.
You want a towel at all? Good.
I won't put that one on actually because I'm going to wear that this evening.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah,
But- There we go. So it's still recording, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, where's your thing?
A little bit low, isn't it?
Don't want to smack it. Yeah, it's a bit low to be fair.
Yeah. So I reckon we go straight for the hamstrings.
Yeah.
So yeah, same again, sort of face down. Just get that oil off the face bit for you. Yeah, I can face down on that bit. Get the hamstrings first. I always tend to sort of start on the area that's sort of less of a problem
Yep.
and come towards the problem area.
But if we're doing legs, probably that side.
Yep.
It's already an hour's recording on that one.
Is it really?
Yep. That'll probably be about the same as well.
Move that out slightly. So. Come on. Gotcha. So both legs generally tighter than
Yeah, I mean, I think it's more the right one than anything.
Yeah.
But the left one's the one that I had a fall on.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the old injury, wasn't it? Move your legs apart a little bit. Did you get any bruising on the legs last time? I just read this.
Yeah, it was a fair amount of bruising to be fair.
Yeah.
I think I bruised quite easily to be honest.
It tends to be the legs. You're more inclined to get like a bruise now and again. My shoulder's getting tired. That's not too bad actually. How's that feel in the hamstring?
It's not too bad. Like I say, I think this is more weakness than anything. So
Yeah.
it feels like you're not working with muscle almost. It feels like you're working, just generally working with a part of the body. It doesn't feel like
Yeah.
you're working with the muscle. It's the quads that are my strength, and that will probably hurt.
Nice and warmed up. Ready for what we do. The IT bands and the quads. Any leg feel worse than the other?
To be fair, they're about even.
Yeah.
Yeah, this isn't feeling any worse than the right one, which I'm assuming is a good sign.
Yeah, I think you're pretty well balanced.
Even
With your legs
sort of-
now.
even wear and tear. Yeah, because the first time I came, it was all the left.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
It was after the fall and so on. Yeah, you are right actually, because it was late last year. We had a session on the shoulder,
That was it.
and it wasn't long after that we decided to go for the leg. We decided against doing it all in one session,
Yeah,
and we split them up. I think it was maybe 6 to 8 weeks difference.
yeah.
It was just after I got back from Malta,
It was, yeah.
so it would have been around the 20th, 22nd, 24th, something like that of January.
Yeah. Well, it's lasted.
Mm.
Because people ask a lot of the time, like, how often should I come? And I just sort of say, you sort of need to judge it on the pain, because there's no point saying I'll come in about a month if there's no problem.
See, this is the thing. So, when I first came to you, I
Yeah.
had pain.
Yeah.
I don't now have pain, I just have tightness.
Yeah.
So you've broken the scar tissue enough, but, I mean, yeah, maybe you're right as well. Maybe this isn't as painful as the first time. You broke the scar tissue on the first time,
Yep.
and now this is just essentially working as a top-up to maintain what you've already done.
Yeah, I think the way I would describe it is the first times were for injury, these last 2 times have been for performance.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
2 for
great.
injuries, 2 for performance. And they almost feel like a different treatment, don't they?
Yeah. Well, I mean, where you are right now,
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie, that's actually therapeutic.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not lying to the camera, that is actually pleasant. It probably looks like hell from the video, but that's actually really nice.
It's bizarre, isn't it? To have something that could look so brutal.
I mean, I've got a smile on my face, it genuinely is. It genuinely is fun. And I'll watch this back later and I'll be screaming, I tell you. It'll probably look brutal, but it's so pleasant.
Yeah, I like it now. But yeah, the first time you get it done, I think we took it a bit slower, to be honest. Because I think we were just sort of testing things out
Yeah.
a little bit. But I think once you get to sort of know somebody else's body and you know roughly what you need now, it makes it a lot easier.
Makes it a lot easier, but also because you come to the tournaments, you're understanding exactly the textbook way of playing table tennis. So you know roughly how to treat people that play table tennis.
Yeah, you see the body mechanics and you sort of
Yeah.
analyse what muscles they're using, what's under strain, what is being overcompensated on each side, things like that. Sort of right-handed versus left-handed player. It's cool, you know. I find it quite. I watch sport as a bit of a nerd now, thinking, so how could I make that better? And you can tell when people are holding back.
Yeah.
You can tell when people are uncomfortable, even if you don't know the sport. So yeah, I think that's what I've enjoyed most about it, because especially because it's a game that I'd only ever seen on TV. Wasn't something I'd seen live, and a bit like when I went to bare knuckle boxing, realising the difference between boxing on the telly and bare knuckle fighting is a completely different sport. Even the stances are different. And it's sort of every day's a school day. And going to watch live events is probably one of the best things I can do to understand what needs to be done.
Well, like you say, you understand the body mechanics for every different sport. And it's not just necessarily sport, is it? I mean, you could treat someone that's had, for argument's sake, a motorbike accident.
Yeah. I was going to say, I get a lot of people post-surgery, a lot of people pre-surgery, and then they don't need to go and get it done. Whatever. Because again, these things have a shelf life. Knee replacement, shoulder replacement, stuff like that. So if you can sort of delay it and be, only delay it if you're pain free, but delay it, then you're better off doing so.
And even, to be fair, even if it didn't work out for them, they haven't paid a fortune for it.
No, I think, and also I always try and provide information on what they can do to make their life more comfortable too. And I think that's quite key, because a lot of the time, so what I'll do, I'll get you on one of these sides. Which one do you want first?
Go this way.
I try to sort of help people help themselves, because again, we don't always get this information, and it's quite easy to go on YouTube. Say for example, you've got piriformis syndrome, but you think you've got sciatica. You're going to look up how to treat sciatica. You're going to do the best things that you can in order to do so, but it might be that you've got the wrong thing. It might be that you've got a pelvic tilt, but you don't know whether it's to the side or from behind and things like that. So I always try and give people like sleep positions, things they can do to take weight off in the car or at a desk, certain cushions, and I don't make any money out of it, but it's more to make that person sort of manage their day-to-day life a little bit better. And what I see a massive amount of, I include yourself in this, a lot of people, myself included too at times, not so much now, go from quite a sedentary job to quite a physical sport. And that's when you sort of see a few problems, but I still believe that all the time you're moving, you're benefiting yourself. I think going completely sedentary is inviting tightness, soreness, and eventually injury and pain. I think all the time you're doing what you love, not only to give you a healthy mind, healthy body, it's just so much more beneficial to the recovery.
Slipping.
But it's, again, sort of with, I do think they have a place, painkillers, and obviously I have an extensive history of using them. But I think they take away, especially opioids and stuff, they take away your motivation to be active. So although they might sort of help with the pain, they don't help with the injury. Things like ibuprofen and anti-inflammatories, I can see them being a net positive, assuming you've not got stomach issues. However, with opioids, I think it's so bad, unless you're sort of post-surgery. Long-term use of them, it sort of makes you scared to try anything, or lack motivation to try anything.
That's not fun.
You said the quads, didn't you? So we're sort of working around towards them. What still needs to do is live treatment.
That's
on
not bad,
TikTok or YouTube. I keep saying I'm going to do it, but we should have done it today on one of the phones, shouldn't we?
Is that all in on that phone, to be fair?
Let's have a look, mate.
Looks like it might be a little bit too tilted out.
Yeah, it looks alright.
Yeah?
Yeah, it looks alright.
Oh shit, that was rough.
Just get a little bit of heat.
little spot you was in there, that wasn't.
Is it usually outside the knee or inside the knee?
I mean, it's where you're. I mean, it's going down to that sort of calf muscle, really. There,
Okay.
yeah, on the shin, really. I would say it's more inside, only because it's a more muscly area where your hand is
Sort of
there.
there,
Yeah,
sort of-
yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
What is that one anyway? What's that?
It's Chinese sort of heat oil.
Oh, it's like a tiger balm kind of thing. isn't
Yeah,
it?
but more of an
Got it.
oil based than the sort of
Smells very similar to tiger balm.
yeah. It is essentially. I just think the oil sort of obviously it benefits what I'm doing. It allows me to sort of glide the bar across without the bar getting sticky. Also, what I tend to do is if somebody's got an injury in a certain place, so say for example, the pain's in the lower back,
Yeah.
but I think it's coming from the legs or the hips, I'll put this on the lower back to warm it up whilst I'm doing the rest of the therapy.
Okay.
Then when I come to the back itself, it's warm, it's relaxed, it's ready to go. And you just get that little bit extra, especially if it's something that might sort of have particular tightness. If you can sort of relax it, then it's worth doing. It's not always necessary, but I just think it's good. I just want to see how you find that with the knee. So I don't think, did we use heat before? I think we did
A little
at the
bit,
tournament, didn't we?
yeah. Yes, at the tournament we did. I don't think we did here. Yeah.
No, that's right. I quite like on that shin muscle, you know.
It's not bad.
You think the amount you're up on your toes and stuff like that.
See, that's the thing with table tennis. I mean, like I said to you before, not everyone has the textbook technique. My technique's pretty good, and I do try to follow as best you can. I mean, table tennis is fast, but as best I can, I try and follow, keeping my technique in order during a rally.
Yeah.
So my toes I'm on my toes rather than flat-footed.
Yeah.
You want to be off balance to move quicker.
Right, okay.
So if you imagine your centre of gravity is your nose, but your nose is that is rough. Your nose is over your toes, so your centre of gravity is sort of moved forward.
Mm-hmm.
Not a fan of that.
You said this was going to be the worst bit, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
So, if you bend this leg, straighten that one, then we're going to have a break.
Yep. And we'll fall. It's not excruciatingly painful. It's just grit your teeth and
Pretty deep and bear it, isn't it?
Yeah, it's. I mean, that, like I say, that there is bits there that I'd like a break on, but
Yeah.
we've just done that very thing. We're moving on to something else.
Yeah, that's it. And I think you can do that.
Yeah.
I think people sort of almost feel like they'll have to put up with pain.
Mm-hmm.
If that's not working, or it's uncomfortable, we either lower the tempo, move on to something else.
Mm.
Because like I said to you earlier, you can treat the good side and improve the bad side.
Yeah. Mind you, even that's not nice.
Well, this is where the sort of the teardrop bit at the end of the quad. You said this bit would be quite uncomfortable. Just a little bit.
Because normally, that's rough. Normally that's where I get
worse, in my
cramp.
opinion. What, in this bit here?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's where you sort of
Oh, bloody hell.
noted as being most uncomfortable. But also, you might have a bit of DOMS from playing yesterday.
Mm. Oh, shit.
Don't put too much. It might feel like it to you, but I'll try not to put too much pressure by the knee.
Mm.
break.
See, normally I'm alright. I can normally get through the session when you say I'm a little bit of a trooper with it, but like you say, I think after the tournament yesterday I'm a bit sore, to be fair.
This is a double session as well, bear in mind.
Yeah, that is true.
Whereas before you've not had it all done in one go. We're probably going to be close to 2 hours.
What is the time? 5 o'clock. Fair enough, yeah.
Yeah, but we met at 2. Chatting till gone 3. Put the world to rights. You got to down again. But no. I'm pleased that's going so far, to be honest. So if you're going to do your back fully for me and come into a single bed, just pull this across for me.
Is that all the way across?
Thereabouts. So then,
I lost him.
you lost Billy.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm in the hole anyway.
There you go.
Cheers.
Get up there, come down the front of each quad, then we'll flip you over to the other side. You've done good, mate, considering how long we've been going at it.
Well, like you say, it's got to be approaching 2 hours now, to be fair. Or thereabouts, anyway.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be whenever the recordings are. Whatever they're up to.
Hour and 20.
Okay.
Okay. Were they both running the whole time?
Yeah. No, that one stopped for a little while.
That was it, yeah.
Wherever it was, wherever it's there.
Big one out.
Means business.
We're going to eat tonight. Now you've earned it.
I don't know. I mean, like I say, I had leftovers of the kebab from last night.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'll probably just do. I want something healthy after this. To be fair, just some good, real good food.
Home cooked, nice.
Yeah, something. Nothing, nothing shit basically.
Yeah.
I want something that's going to be, sort of treat your body as a temple for this week, because I've got another 2-day tournament coming up this weekend.
So you're going to start prep now?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, I'm in the prep because I had tournaments
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
non-stop. In fact, I had 3 tournaments in 3 weekends.
Yeah.
Then I run a little tournament and training camp myself, and then I've got 3 tournaments in 3 weekends as of yesterday, this weekend, and next weekend as well.
Oh,
So
it's been full on, isn't it?
it's been full on 7 weekends in a row.
Wow.
And this is right in the middle of all that swing, so
Yeah.
very much needed.
Come round to the other side, mate.
What is the thing you enjoy most about this? We haven't really spoken too much about your take from this journey and this job.
Do you know what? It's probably giving people what they wanted. Whether that's you getting back into playing, which, that's huge. When you sort of almost didn't want to play, but weren't able to play like you wanted to.
Yeah.
Or whether that's someone being able to put their shoelaces on. Put their shoes on, tie their shoelaces.
Yeah, I saw the video. Yeah.
A lady, ladies when they sort of struggle to get their arm behind their back to do their own bra and stuff like that.
Yeah, and you had that lady that wasn't able to pick her child up as well.
Yeah.
That was emotional, that one.
Yeah, no, she came this weekend actually for a top up.
Did she?
Yeah, lovely lady, yeah. And kind enough to let me share the video. Which, to be honest, that's the reality behind the treatment. Obviously there's a lot of things where people want to watch because it sort of looks sore, and the initial reaction and stuff like that. But the real reaction is when they get home.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're able to do things they either couldn't do or were nervous to do. I often see people get off the bed and they want to do something, but they're nervous to do it.
Yeah.
And they're hesitant, and then, you know, they go home and they message me saying, I was able to do this today, but I was a bit nervous to try it, but I did it. So for me, I love working with athletes, love working with, you know, whether it's somebody that's elderly or someone our age or a teen or whatever, just so long as they get what they want from it.
Yeah. So this treatment doesn't necessarily discriminate on age then? It can be done on anyone? Or?
No, if anything, sometimes people with sort of thinner skin are almost easier to treat.
Okay.
You don't need to go quite as hard
Mm-hmm.
to get the result that you want to get to the fascia and the connective tissue. Obviously, you don't go as brutal with this with somebody with sort of thin skin,
Yeah.
but then you don't need to.
Mm-hmm.
So, if anything, it's sometimes easier for me. Whereas when somebody's sort of younger and their skin's a bit thicker,
Mm-hmm.
or a bit tougher, or they're quite muscular, or what have you, sometimes it's harder, but you can still get the results. You know, I've had a couple of people that have sort of had surgery on their ACL. Admittedly, he was our sort of age. The two people that had that. But then you have people that are sort of approaching 70
Mm-hmm.
that are lined up for a knee replacement, get one treatment of this, and then decide I'm going to hold off. And that could be used when they become elderly rather than when they're sort of middle-aged, you get what I mean? And
Yeah.
sort of they can still have the quality of life that they had before.
So you mentioned ACL. So there's a friend of mine who plays table tennis, Phil. I won't give away his surname, but Phil. And he, I don't know if it was MCL, ACL, whichever one it was. There's 4 of them, I believe, isn't there?
Yeah,
Four of those injuries. He had one of them. I think it might be ACL. I can't be sure.
probably.
But that was playing table tennis, and he's had an operation and so on. From what I understand, I haven't spoken to him in great detail, but from what I understand, it hasn't been fully successful. He's made a few comebacks to table tennis.
So, left side.
Moving over.
Yeah, left side.
Yeah, he's made a few comebacks,
Yeah.
and they've not been so successful because he's still sort of struggling. You on this leg still?
Yeah,
Yeah.
please.
He's still sort of struggling with the, I guess, the scar tissue. So what I'll try and do is I'll try and get him to come along. But if he sees this video, I'll snippet this bit and send it to him.
Yeah.
So he might be in touch.
Well, this is the thing. Obviously, it depends what operation he had.
Yeah, obviously I'm not sure, but he'll know.
So sometimes they sort of try and rebuild things with part of the hamstring and stuff like that, which is pretty successful, but then the scar tissue remains.
Yeah.
So it might still feel like it's not been completely successful because of the scar tissue restricting his performance, causing a bit of pain and things like that. However, as the treatment, you can sort of see how successful it's been in a lot of ways. You know, there's not many treatments out there, especially on the NHS, where you can get that sorted, and you could be waiting a long time.
Yeah, that's the thing. So you've got the waiting times with the NHS as well, which is a pain. It's a great service, but you know you have to wait for it.
Yeah. And obviously they're going to treat people most in need, which is the ones that need the operation right now, and it's understandable. But it's also knowing where to go, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, and the exercises and stuff people are given, they are useful. However, there is a way of accelerating it, and this is certainly one of the ways.
Yeah.
Doing good, mate. Tight down the bottom there.
Oh, bloody hell.
It's mad, isn't it? I can go absolutely crazy on one area, and it doesn't feel too bad. And then I'll do it quite gently. But look how red that's gone, just from the I know it don't feel gentle, but the sort of smaller, more gentle strokes in the key area. Oh, bloody hell. Doing good, mate. Just turn that leg a little bit like that. Don't have to move you around as much. A little bit more.
What, to the, this way?
Very tight around that part of Your quads are pretty developed though, aren't they?
I spent a long time with them, to be fair, in the gym. So, where do you want me, sorry?
So to bring this one, so straighten that one. That's it. Just so I can just move you. If anything, me moving you about, you can sort of feel a little bit more, see if there's any pain whilst you're laying there, and just sort of make a mental note of it, if there is. Can you feel any pain as you're laying there? Other than the treatment?
No, not really. No, so maybe, I mean, I didn't get a great night's sleep last night either after the tournament, after my frustrations with the tournament, let's say. So, I mean, that was playing on my mind, but I didn't sort of necessarily, I don't necessarily feel much while I'm laying here.
No.
It's only when you're sort of sitting almost. Sitting is the worst thing, I think. Laying is not a problem.
Yeah.
Laying's more natural than sitting.
Yeah. And being on your feet is more natural than sitting. Especially a desk chair and a car chair. Or car seat, I should say.
I think sitting's probably one of the worst things you can do.
I hate it. I'd rather be stood up or laying down. Because then I can manipulate the way I want to stand or, and the way I want to lay in order to sort of take pressure off my back, keep my shoulders comfortable, and sort of look after my injuries. Whereas sitting in a desk chair, you're forced into just uncomfortable positions all the time.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, I even spoke to work about getting, sort of a specialised chair, so to speak, which has helped. Oh, that's rough.
Nearly done, mate. Nearly done. I'm not home straight.
And weirdly, at the top there is therapeutic.
It's bizarre.
How weird is that? You go from really rough to, oh, that's nice.
It's bizarre.
So I've got myself the chair at work. You always go back down to that bit when I'm starting to talk. So it's helped, but it's not perfect still.
Those cushions are good.
Yeah, I probably need to get myself some sort of heated cushion or something like that for work.
Get the one with a coccyx cut out at the bottom, supports the hips, and then a lumbar support.
Yeah, the chair has the lumbar support, to be fair, so that's good.
Yeah, you can get a cushioned one that's like an exaggerated version of,
Okay.
and they're really good. Essentially, whenever you're sitting down or laying down, you don't want that void between your back, the arch of your back. So it's like that, and you lay on the bed. You need something there because your back wants to collapse into it. Same with when you're sitting, it always needs to be full.
Yep.
And if you're not, then it's not the correct position for you. Nearly there. God, I worked up a sweat here, mate.
I'd like to say me too, and I'm just laying here, but obviously.
But you know what? I think it's more exhausting getting it done to you than it is doing it.
You reckon?
Oh, 100%. 100%.
I do notice, to be fair, after I've had the and obviously this is why we spoke about eating and drinking correctly afterwards.
Yeah.
I am tired, I am exhausted.
Yeah, it's quite draining. I think it's quite draining. So, what I'm getting you to do, just position the camera like so. So when you're ready, if you sit up and face that way. Don't jump up just yet, in case you're dizzy. And take your time.
Yeah.
You can walk over towards your side, mate.
So one of the places I noticed that I will get sort of the most pain is basically doing a squat. So when with table tennis, like I say, the toes are, the ankles are off the ground and you're on your toes.
Yeah.
And you're in that kind of position there with the legs. But if I go any deeper with that, well, I mean, that's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
But before, I'd have felt that in both patellas and the tightness rising up in the areas that are already red. But I mean, I can do squats for days now without having any issues.
Right.
And I mean, I'm not a small bloke, but yeah.
Brilliant. Yeah. I was wondering if you had to top anything up, but if that's worked.
That's honestly really works. It fascinates me, and obviously it does you as well, that you can have. Yeah, it might seem like an aggressive treatment.
Yeah.
It's not a sort of sports massage or a Thai massage as we've spoken about before. It is, you know, a sort of in-depth kind of treatment. But I mean, like I say, we've done it for about 2 hours, but it is still. It amazes me every time we have these sessions that how much it impacts me and how much it changes me.
Yeah.
From just that sort of treatment.
I think it also it's like the endorphins after, innit?
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned that, and I've got a smile on my face again because I know that my next tournament I'm going to go in fully prepared now.
Yeah.
Good food for the rest of the week, good nutrition, good sort of diet and so on. Taking in enough in terms of sort of fuel and so on, ready for the weekend, but I have no excuses now. I feel good.
Yeah.
And like you said, the endorphins and so on, I feel like my body's ready, my mind's ready.
Yeah.
Also, we set the world to rights, like we said, so we've let everything loose, and
yeah.
you know, and sort of really, you know, covered everything, but not only the body, but the mind as well. Sort of improves with the whole treatment.
Yeah, I think that's key, isn't it? Healthy body, healthy mind, and I think it's hard to focus on what's next when you're in pain.
Yes.
Because you're focused on the next bit of pain, the next bit of discomfort, the next time you're going to hurt yourself and things like that. But when you sort of think, oh, it's gone now, you can actually focus on progression rather than preservation.
Yeah, you're free.
Yeah, you are free. And the good thing is about this as well is like you think to yourself, well, if that happens to me again, I'll just go back.
Yeah.
And it'll be gone again. Whereas when you have chronic pain, you don't know where the next bit of relief is coming from.
Mm-hmm.
And that was my biggest problem, you know, diagnosed with 2 degenerative illnesses, when degenerative disease, broke both shoulders, was told I wouldn't pick my kid up, you know, don't get me wrong, I still have bad days, but I know I can make them better.
Yeah.
Whereas I spent 2 years plus miserable. And if it weren't for this treatment and Stephen Heaton doing it to me, getting my arms working again, I wouldn't only not be doing this, but I would be mentally very, very unwell. And I was. And this is what people don't understand, is the fact that pain is internal as well as external, and if you treat one, you can treat the other.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm just happy it works for you, works for me, and we're working together.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like we spoke about, you know, table tennis players having a treatment similar to what I've just had. We've covered everything pretty much.
Yeah.
That a table tennis player, other than sort of forearm, I mean, we've gone down into it.
Yeah.
But the forearm and wrist, I mean, what could you do for a wrist, for example, if there was wrist issues?
So if you do this, so if you stretch each
Which I
finger
just-
individually,
okay.
and can you feel where each one feels different?
Yeah, so sort of stretching up here.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And the thumb as well?
Yeah.
How would you do that, sort of there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a piano.
Mhm.
So when you treat the forearm, you treat it like that. You can do the other side too, which essentially will treat this bit.
Mhm.
You know, whether you've got golfers or tennis elbow,
Yeah.
you treat the side accordingly. I'd always say do the top of the arm
Mhm.
as well.
Which we also covered in the session.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
And then the inside of the arm for this bit here.
Okay.
And it's quite, again, pretty straightforward. I find with calves and forearms, they sometimes take 2 to 3 days to feel good. Like, they feel good straight away, but to be fully, to get the full release, just because they're slightly smaller than the other muscles that we treat. But the return on them is brilliant. You know, sort of shout out to Brady Lee Harkett, the bare knuckle fighter that I work with. He was, after quite a long camp, was struggling to make a fist, which obviously isn't ideal when you're fighting. And again, we sort of treated the inside and the outside of forearms. There's a video online, and he's got full range of motion in the hands. And that's why I always remember, I always give the example of the cut arm. And when it heals, it pulls on the wrist, it pulls on the elbow. That makes it difficult for the fist. So if you've got a tear somewhere around here, or you've got an injury around there, you treat that, you sort that out, you treat the hand, and the elbow follows. And they're all linked. And that's where this is so effective. You know, you could have a 20-minute treatment on a localised area of this and get relief from it. But what I try and do is do a longer treatment to treat all the areas that sort of surround it in order to give it even more relief, everything that works with it relief, and treat the body as a whole. you treat it holistically, you know, you get the payback on it. And that's why I tend to say, book in for an hour, don't really do the half hour, 45 minutes. I can see their place, and it will probably be good if you had one injury. If you've got multiple, and you've not had this before, you probably want a longer one, so I can locate the area, the troublesome area, and then you can always come back and do a shorter treatment.
Yeah.
But I think for me, because the vast majority of injuries are rotator cuff, lower back, neck and traps, you're going to need the hour anyway to get everything that surrounds it. You know, so for me, an hour, sometimes hour and a half, in this case close to 2, I'm guessing it's close to 2 now, it's worth it. You know, and I think especially if you're, the way you've sort of struggled this last couple of weeks, I think it was a necessary evil to get it all done in one go. And I'm happy with how it's gone. More importantly, you're happy with how it's gone.
Yeah.
And gives people a bit of an insight into how it can help people in general, but help people to play table tennis on the whole.
Yeah, so I mean, going back to obviously I said about, you know, what I'm doing for Matrix TT, I don't necessarily want that to just be the tournaments I offer. I mean, obviously you come to the tournament, so I would like people to, you know, to send you the messages and get you involved, whether they have a treatment or not, you know, to just engage a community.
Yeah, and then that's it. I've always said advice is free. And if anybody wants sort of advice on injury prior to a tournament, they only need to drop me a message. Because although they might not be able to get to Canterbury for a treatment, I can tell them how to sleep, I can tell them how to protect the area, I can tell them how to get it ready for the tournament, I can tell them how to deal with an acute injury. There's lots of things that I can advise on which, you know, as part of being involved with Matrix TT, I'm more than happy to do. They just drop me a message.
Yeah.
Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. But YouTube, I don't know how to message on that yet. Is there a message feature?
I'm not sure, to be fair. I mean, on the video itself, I guess, but
Yeah, in the comments.
Yeah.
I'm happy to answer anything in the comments. If anything in the comments helps.
yeah. But what I would do is put your email address on the tag of every video.
Yeah.
So you've got, you know, if you need a treatment or if you need a question answered, email me here.
Yeah.
Something like
Oh,
that.
brilliant.
Yeah.
Happy?
Yeah. All good, man. Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Oh wait, I'm sweating. Oh, brilliant. That was good, that.
Right, let's stop these now. What was that one? Have a quick look.